Alrighty, guys, welcome on. I'm going to give it, let's see, we got another minute before class starts. This is part of our strength series. This is strength 1 to kick off the week. So regardless if you did strength last week, maybe you're getting started this week, we have our strength 1 class on Monday and our strength 2 class on Wednesday. So take a minute to look over the description. I've got the workout written. We're going to go over it together today, but make sure you have equipment nearby. I'm sure most of you guys know by now, I only have one dumbbell, so I'll be showing exercises with a dumbbell as well as a resistance band. So for this class, we do highly encourage to have equipment. I mean, you can use things around your household, but bare minimum, hopefully you have a band. You're still going to be able to do all the exercises today. So that being said, I'm going to give you guys about 30 more seconds. Again, my name is Kayla. This is Strength 1. Happy Monday. Let's get ready to work today. I'm excited. It's a beautiful day outside. You're going to want to water nearby. We're going to hit this in my description. Optional yoga block. It's only for one exercise at the very end. So if you have one, great. You can have it nearby. If not, a stack of books, some type of low elevated surface, anything's going to work. That's at the very end of class today. So again, don't stress about that a lot. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started with a warm-up. If you do have a band, let's go ahead and grab that. If you guys do not have a band for this warm-up, we're just going to be doing some shoulder circles, really working those shoulders through range of motion. So if you guys do have a band, let's go ahead and grab palms down. Got about a couple inches on either side. Get a nice strong core here, and we're just going to slowly bring those arms up and over your head. Don't push this too far. Just going back a little bit, bring it back in front, and as you start to warm up, you can go a little further behind you. So if I feel good, I can bring this band all the way behind. The only thing is we don't want to get all bendy as we're going back, or if you feel any strain in your neck. Go gentle here. If you're just joining, guys, again, we're doing the warm-up. This warm-up is optional. If you don't have a band, just some slow shoulder circles are going to do just fine. Woo. I am so excited for today. I'm not a big push-up person, but we got my favorite type of push-ups coming up today. Got some good foundational upper push movements today, working on our shoulders, chest. We got some hamstrings and glutes and triceps if you're into that. Good, guys, let's do one more. Let's hold it behind. Good, relax. You can go ahead and set that band down. If you didn't have a band, don't worry about it. Let's take those feet underneath those hips. Hands behind those heads, slight bend in our knees, and let's do some good mornings. Send those hips to the back of the room. Flat back here. I want you to squeeze those glutes up top. Let's get those activated as well. If you feel like you can keep good form, you can also have hands on your hip as long as you're pulling those shoulders back. So stretching the hammies, squeeze the glutes. Good, last one. Let's do some chest openers. Elbows slightly bent, alternating those arms. Good, guys. Keep it moving. 3, 2, and 1. Let's do some side reaches here. Nice and easy. Almost done with this warm-up. If you're doing this on your own later, like when we're not doing this live class, please don't skip the warm-up. It's crucial. 3, 2, and 1. We got 2 more parts of this warm-up, and we're going to get started. Next up, I want you to bring it to the ground. Hands under those shoulders. Guys, you can totally modify on your knees. Just make sure your butt's not in the air. Set those hips. You can make it harder on your toes, but we're going to have 20 shoulder taps. So I want you to take your time. Each one is going to count as a rep. Again, this is part of our warm-up. Let's get ready in 3, 2, and 1. It's not a race. Keep your core nice and tight. Try not to shift. good. Once you're done with your 20 shoulder taps, I want you to flip. This is our last part of our warm-up. Feet are going to go right underneath those knees. Feet are flat on the floor, heels underneath your knees, hands flat. We're going to do 20 glute bridges. I want you to really squeeze your glutes up top. Get those abs engaged and make sure you're creating a straight line. I don't want you overextending. So I know you guys can kind of see me here. Let's go ahead and get ready in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. 20 glute bridges. Exhale as you lift. Almost there. Woo. All right, you should have got a good little burn there. We're going to stand it up. All righty, guys. Let's go ahead and go over our workout today. We're going to get started. As I explained, feel free to keep moving. I always suggest to practice the movement along with me if you can, just to feel comfortable before the timer starts. So again, I'm going to show both with the dumbbell and the band as quickly as possible so we can get into this. Our very first thing today is going to be 10 minutes long. It's 10 minutes so that you can have as much rest as you need, and it's built to where if you have heavy weight, you can adjust your weight. The same thing if you have lightweight. So you're picking a rep range between 8 and 15 reps. So say I have little 5-pound dumbbells, super easy for me. I'm going to go more toward the 15 reps versus I've got a heavier dumbbell for me. So I'm going to go more toward the maybe like the 8 to 10 range, depending on what it is. Same thing with the band. You can have a low resistance band. So very first thing is going to be a deadlift. Let's go over this. If you have a band, you can totally still do a deadlift. So we're going to step on the band, get those feet right underneath those hips, down a little bit wider. Big thing here is not rounding. I want you to pull those shoulders back, get a nice flat back. Now for you guys, you might have to grab lower than the handles. You might not be able to get a good enough deadlift. So grab a little bit lower on the band, depending on how heavy it is. You're going to feel that tension in your hammies and glutes. Get that core tight. You're going to pull up, squeeze your glutes. We're not overextending. We're just squeezing. Then you're going to keep that back nice and flat, knees slightly bent. Feel that tension again in those hamstrings and glutes. Back up. Notice my neck is following along with my gaze. I'm not arching my neck as I go along. Same thing, guys, with the dumbbell. It's going to be a little different if you have a dumbbell on each side versus a dumbbell up front. Make sure you're not letting that weight pull you down. I do not want to see the cave. Activate those shoulder blades. Pull them back. Same thing can be done with the dumbbell. Then we're going to have a half kneeling shoulder press. Yes, I want you to do one arm at a time. If you have a band, this is going to require, you're going to have one knee on the band. The other leg is going to be out in front. You want to have a stable position here. So when you're creating the stable position, again, I want you to feel secure here, nice 90-degree angle. Hips are forward, shoulders are forward. If somebody were to kind of budge you, you shouldn't be swaying. I want you to really tighten not only your glute, but your core. And then opposite arm of that leading leg is going to be pressing. So, for example, got the band under my knee, going to exhale, press, bring that elbow right back down. Nice and strong, one side. Same thing if you guys have that dumbbell. You're going to just be pressing, making sure we're not arching in that back because that glute's engaged. Up. And then after you finish reps on one side, switch your leg, switch your arm, other side, okay? Last but not least is tricep extensions. If you guys have the band, you are welcome to do overhead extensions. They're going to take a little bit longer because you're going to have to do one side at a time, but totally possible. You can also do kickbacks, so feet underneath those hips, palms up, keep those elbows glued in, and press those arms back. If you have a dumbbell, one or both, elbows are going to be in, kicking it up high if you have heavier weight, and do a full tricep extension. And again, if you're fortunate enough to have like a pair of weights, elbows in and you're gonna kick it back. So again, guys, 8 to 15 reps, 10 minutes long, 3 movements. You can go as quick or slow as you want. You're taking breaks between, or you can just keep a nice flow going. So what feels best for you? I do want you to try to get a few sets in though, okay? We're thinking maybe 3 to 4 sets, depending how easy this is for you today. So let's go ahead and get started. If this is intimidating you, I promise you're gonna get into the groove. This is what our strength series is for, teaching you how to kind of break down the muscle groups and working just a little bit differently. It's not like a HIIT class, okay? All right, guys, getting my timer ready. We're starting, remember, deadlift, half kneel shoulder press, both sides, and then triceps. And then you're gonna repeat. All right, guys, 10 seconds. I'm gonna start with a band. From a band, people. Remember, you're going at your own rep range. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Flat back here. Good, so I did 12 reps. I'm gonna stick with the band for the first round to help you guys. So I've got my left knee forward, right arm's gonna start with that press, nice and strong. Remember, I'm not leaning back. Exhale as you press. Then I'm gonna switch legs. Get my other knee on that band. And then triceps at the end. Remember, you got either overhead extension or kickbacks. Just make sure you're getting a flat back on those kickbacks. Good. Now remember, you can take little breaks or you can just keep going here. So I'm starting my second set. Still making sure to activate those hamstrings and glutes on that deadlift. Quality over quantity here, guys. All right, I'm going to switch to that dumbbell shoulder press. Stack yourself, make sure you're secure. And it's okay if you're not saying the same reps for each exercise. Maybe your shoulder press is only, a couple reps shorter than your deadlift. Make sure you guys that overhead extension. Remember, elbows are in, squeezing up above. Good, we're 3.5 minutes in. I can only do 10 on that one. So we're gonna take a break for just a second here. I'm gonna grab a drink. I'm 2 sets in. My goal is 4 sets. It's up to you what your goal is. super out of breath here. We're gonna save that for the end today. This should be some nice working sets. All right, I'm starting my third set. You do not have to keep pace. Try to get nice squeezes, engage that muscle. Whew, I skipped over the shoulder press. I don't know why I did that. It's okay. How you guys feeling? You're doing this on your own later. You got this, even if you're not doing live. Brace that core on those shoulder presses. All right, guys, we are 6 minutes in, a little bit over. So you've got a little bit less than half the time. I'm starting my fourth set here in a few seconds. All right, now skipping that shoulder press this time for my triceps. All right, guys, we're getting into the final little stretch here. We've got exactly 2 minutes left. That doesn't mean I need you to shove a whole other set in here. I just need you to keep continuing what you're doing, going at a nice pace. Again, as you're doing those kickbacks, really make sure your back is flat, guys. We do not want to arch here. Operation no low back pain. Try to keep those elbows glued in. Alrighty, minute and a half left. Keep going. 40 seconds. Come on. I'll do as many shoulder presses here. Seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Now, if you didn't finish on both sides of those shoulder presses, finish that up. You want it even. If you did finish where you were at, grab a drink. Woo! It should feel pretty good, guys. You should be nice and warm. Not too out of breath right now. All righty. Turn up. Oops. I had a feeling I was fast forwarding that. All right, guys. So while you guys rest, grab a drink. Again, try to keep it moving. I'm going to explain what we're doing next. So this is where we are going to get kind of out of breath, okay? Really, no equipment's necessary on this next part. We're going to be doing some intervals. These intervals are going to be 40 seconds of work, followed by 20 seconds of rest, and I do want you to take that rest. So I'm going to show you each of them. You can add equipment to them if you want, but you don't have to, okay? So first one's going to be a curtsy lunge. On a curtsy lunge, we're going to take that leg back at an angle. You're going to feel this in your glute and hip. We're going to push back up, and we're going to switch sides. So as you get into a nice, comfortable groove, you do not have to go super fast here. This is not a power. You just are going to take your time. If you have a weight, you can have your weight at your chest or at your sides. If you do not feel comfortable with curtsy lunges because of knee pain or anything like that, you can do a reverse lunge. It's completely acceptable. Just take your time and alternate. After, you're going to have hand release push-ups. One of my favorite types of push-ups here. This one is different. So practice with me if you need. We're going to start on the floor, hands underneath those shoulders so you can go a little bit wider. How this is going to work, you can be on your knees or your toes tucked under. You're going to lift your hands off of the floor, and then the second you put them back on the floor, you're going to squeeze your core, get your back nice and flat, and you're going to push up. So notice I did them on my knees. I'm going to slowly lower myself, lift my hands, push up. Hand release push-ups. So same thing goes if you're on your toes, but I do want you to bring yourself all the way down, lift hands, and then press yourself up nice and tall. We want to try to avoid the inchworm up, so go on your knees if you're feeling like you're really kind of having to slowly inchworm your way up to that position. Last but not least is a single leg glute bridge. We're going to do half, this time on one side, half the time on the other. This is where if you want a yoga block, adds a little bit more range of motion. If not, no big deal. So we're going to be flat on our back. You're going to have one heel on that yoga block underneath your knee, hands flat. This leg does not need to be up here, guys. It's just going to be in line with our other thigh. And we're going to do small presses. Now you can add a weight to your hips if you'd like. Then I'll tell you halfway. We'll switch to the other side. So let's get going because I want to make sure we can get through this. We are going to start with our curtsy lunges. All right, guys. Starting with our curtsy lunges. We might go a minute past or so. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 40-second work. That 20 seconds is going to give you plenty of time to get set up for the next movement. Remember, you're supposed to feel some tension in that glute. Halfway. You're going to feel it in your quads. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds. We're going to work it to the ground. Hand release. Remember, lift those hands on your knees or on your toes. Give me your all, guys. Keep that core tight. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Halfway, guys. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, get that yoga block ready. Or again, you're doing this off the floor. No big deal. 20 seconds one side. 20 seconds the other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Get ready to switch in 3, 2, 1. Switch. Come on, guys, keep pushing. Relax. All right, we got 20 seconds. Bring it back up. We're going to go back to our curtsy lunges. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So notice I'm doing these unweighted. You can do it weighted if you'd like. I'm feeling it good enough without the weights today. Halfway. Come on, if you're doing this on your own later, you got this. 10 seconds. Woo. Got those push-ups coming up next. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Catch your breath. 20 seconds. Bring it down. All right, so let's handle these push-ups. If you need a break for a second, hold it at the bottom or hold it at the top and then keep going. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come up as one unit. Halfway. You always take a quick break. 10 seconds. Relax. All right, we're flipping it. Come on, get that glute bridge ready. Single leg. If single leg's not feeling comfortable, guys, you're more welcome to do a regular glute bridge. I'm not opposed to it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Get ready to switch. 3, 2, 1. Switch. Come on, guys. Relax. Now it just turned noon, so if you can't stay, you got a meeting, go ahead and leave, but we're gonna do one more set, guys. Let's do a third set. It's gonna go by quick, so we got 10 seconds here. Then we'll stretch. So class is gonna go 5 minutes past. 3, 2, 1. This is mainly for my guys in the evening who wanna go all 3 sets. I know you do. You gotta pop off. Make sure to stretch on your own. Lori's gonna post some stretches right after. Don't get sloppy on these lunges. Keep that chest up. Halfway. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Hey, you thought you were done with those hand release push-ups. You're not. Woo. Get ready. Got 10 seconds. Promise, class is almost over. All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Halfway, guys. Come on, remind yourself this is your last round of push-ups here.
10 seconds.
Give you 2 more. Woo. Relax. All right, guys, last movement. Single leg glute bridges. You got 15 seconds. Get set up. Try to get at least 10 reps on each side. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come on, last round. Get ready to switch. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides.
There. 10 seconds.
Relax. All right, guys, I want you to stay on the floor for a second. I'm just turning my music down. Take that right leg across your left. You can either grab your shin and pull it close to you or reach through and grab that thigh. If you have that yoga block, you can put it underneath your head. If you feel like you're holding your head above the floor, feel a nice stretch in your glute and hip. Good. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Left leg across. Same thing. Reach through. Good. Let's go ahead. Again, you can get rid of that yoga block. Make sure you have nothing on either side. Legs come up 90 degrees. We're going to gently let them fall to the left side, looking at our right hand. Hopefully you guys can see me okay, or at least listen to my voice. Bring it back up to center. Going over to our right side. You can put that hand on top. Look at our left arm. I want you to carefully bring it back to center, roll it on up. If you have your band, this is the last stretch we're going to do. Laura will be posting some stretches. She probably already either posted them or right after this. If you have the band, if you don't, not a big deal. You can always just take your arms behind your back. But if you have the band, grab it like we did before, palms down, a little wide. Slowly bring it behind you. So you feel that stretch. I want you to hold this for 10 to 15 seconds. Just focus on breathing. Good. Slowly bring it back over. We're going to exhale, reach down toward our toes. And one vertebrae at a time, bring it back up. Nice job today, guys. Whether you're doing this now live with me or you're doing this tonight, Tuesday. Remember, we have Strength 2 with Lori on Wednesday. She's going to do the opposite muscle groups that we did not work today, so we can have balance throughout the week. So tomorrow we'll have some cardio. Join me for a HIIT class. It'll be nice and sweaty, good calorie burner in between, so you guys can hit strength on Wednesday, okay? If you guys have any questions, or if you did the class, whether it's now in live or later on your own, please drop a comment. It helps us with our classes. We appreciate it more than you know. Drop a like. Anything helps, okay? Thanks, guys. Again, my name is Kayla, and this was Strength 1.